Welcome back to our garden, welcome back to our homestead. Today we're going to talk about how you can multiply your strawberry plants by at least 5 times every year. You will never have to buy another strawberry plant again. And ultimately, you're going to multiply your strawberry production by at least 5 times. So if you didn't know, strawberries are perennials and they grow from what's called a mother plant or a crown. That crown can live up to 5 to 6 years, and it will continue to produce and put out what's called a runner or a baby plant. Those runners will also spark new plants. So if you let your strawberries grow, they will get incredibly thick. Strawberries actually like to be thinned out a lot, and they grow much better when you thin them out. So you get this thickness at the end of the year, you need to replant your strawberry plants. And don't worry about it. Strawberry plants love to be agitated, so don't worry about hurting the plants. We're going to show you how to do that today. They're going to love it, they're going to get some breathing room, and they're going to be much more productive next year. So let me show you how crazy strawberries will get. This is a mother plant right here. I know because I know where I planted it. And we will be able to get several plants from this for next year. But this has put out runners absolutely everywhere. I'm just going to follow one here and show you what it's done. So it's come down here to this runner's come down here to this daughter plant. This has spawned 2 more daughter plants here, and then off of this daughter plant, another runner has come here and spawned 1, 2, 3 more. So from one mother plant just in this direction, because I didn't show you in the other directions, I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more plants over here. So you can see how crazy this gets and how much strawberries will multiply. But you as a gardener need to keep a handle on this because they will get so absolutely thick that they will actually start to kind of die off underneath, and they need breathing room. So transplanting these every single year is incredibly important. You only need 3 tools for this job: a big bucket to put all your strawberry plants in, a digging fork, which is really handy to get those really thick areas of strawberries and pop them up from the bottom, from the roots, and also a hori knife. Now this one was given to me by a subscriber. I absolutely love it, and I always put his link to this product down in my video description below. This allows you to cut apart the crowns if you need to separate them to get more plants, and you can really dig down and pop up those strawberry plants. All right, let's get going. So the peak production for strawberry plants is year 3. Even though those mother crowns are going to last for 5 to 6 years, that production is going to fall off after that 3rd year. And remember, those little new runners that are put out by that mother plant won't really reach their peak production until that 3rd year. So keep that in mind when you're replanting everything. If you want to keep those little runners together, you can, and the pieces of the older mother crowns together, you can, so you can kind of rotate your bed and understand the production times on those a little bit better. So I want to show you these little runners. There's competing thoughts about what to do with them, but since we are doing the same thing that urban farmer Curtis Stone does, then we are going to just pull everything up and retransplant it. Now, some of those little runners with little root systems on them that aren't quite fully established yet might not make it, but that's okay, because like we're 5xing our strawberries here, and that is going to really negate any small losses of those little new plants that we have. So let's show you this mother crown here. This is the original plant that I planted this year or last, I can't really remember, but you can see how many other plants have spawned from this crown. We've got at least 1, 2, 3 right there. You can tell by the small leaves coming out of the center. This is 4, this is 5, over here, right there, 5. So there's 5 or 6 in here. There's probably one more that I can't see. So like I said, you want to get your digging fork deep underneath these to mitigate any damage to the roots. I mean, they like to be agitated, but you want to preserve the roots the best you can. So get under here with your digging fork and pry up the whole thing. Just like that. Maybe get a little dirt off the side here. But these roots are quite extensive. You can see this huge root ball for this old crown, which has, like I said, 5 to 6 plants. We're going to gently take these apart. And you see all these extra plants will come off from that mother plant. So I thought it was one because we just had these new leaves coming out of this little new portion right here, but it actually has one off the side. I didn't see any leaves, and that is yet another strawberry plant. Look at that. Now I've got 2 from what I thought was 1. This is how much strawberries multiply. It's absolutely amazing. You'll never have to buy strawberry plants ever again. So you can see already, I'm already filling up the bucket just from that one crown. I have an entire bed of craziness to get through here. Let's see how many I get. This is a perfect example of why you need to use a digging fork. Is these strawberry plant roots can get 8 to 9 inches long, and leaving the most roots on your plant is going to give it the best chance to reroot again. Here's a really great example of a piece from the main crown, which is here in my left hand, and one here in the right hand that was a runner that shot out probably midsummer. It's really well established, and it's going to make a great transplant. I also don't want you to worry about taking off any of this dead stuff around any transplant. It's just a waste of time, and all this is going to do is going to feed the soil wherever you replant this plant. You can do it if you want and just pull it off real quick like that, but it's really unnecessary. You really want to dig and get under these as deeply as you can, like I said, because those roots go fairly deep. And like I also said, there's competing thoughts about cutting the runner lines, but as long as they're established, you can get right through those and it's not going to harm the new plants at all. So let me show you how much I took out of here. You can see probably 1/3 of the bed. I did some digging up in this area and I took out the entire end down there, which actually wasn't as fully developed as this end. It wasn't as thick as this end. This is a 4-foot by 22-foot bed. Let's see what we got. So you can see we've got almost an entire 17-gallon tub of strawberry runners here. Actually kind of compacted down because of the dirt, the weight of the dirt, but these were all fluffed up and up to the top. We are going to be transplanting them into our new bed here, which is roughly 3 feet by 22 feet. So let's see how much we can plant in this bed from what we got from our last bed. Now we're going to be planting these 8 inches on center. So our rows 8 inches apart, and we've got about 4 plants in each row. So I want to show you this little tiny strawberry plant here. This was at the end. This was the end runner out of a plant. It was probably 4 feet away from the mother plant, but you can see the root system that is established on this tiny little strawberry. This is going to establish itself in its new bed with no problem. So don't be afraid to pull out something this small. We're just going to cut that runner line and plant it just like that. So remember to have your new bed established already so you can immediately transplant your strawberries right into the new bed. Because if you don't get them in the bed right away, you're going to need to come up with a way to keep these over time. And the best way to do that is to bundle about 10 of them together and wrap a moist towelette around them, and then wrap some craft paper around the bottom of that. That's going to keep the moisture in on the roots, but you're going to need to plant them within the next 5 to 7 days. So we may get more than 5 times the strawberries that we started with, because I planted this entire bed 8 1/2-inch centers. I haven't harvested any more out of the other bed, and look at this. I still have at least 1/3 of a bucket of strawberry plants left. That is a crazy return on strawberries. Like I said, you should not have to ever buy another strawberry plant again unless you want a different variety or you have some sort of disease wipe through your area. So we've got a ton of work to do, and we have to find some people to give away strawberries to, and we have to find some other beds. I just created a lot more space here in the garden. I think I might be filling it up with strawberries. And now I want you to go check out this video right here, which shows you how to build a Back to Eden garden. Have a great day. We love you. See you next time. Bye.